So we've spent the entire week talking about embracing change and reinventing ourselves. We've had some very interesting topics and very interesting conversations around this theme. So today is Friday. It is Friday, the 1st of August, 2025. And as you can see on the table in front of me, I do have my trusty charms. What I thought we would do today, just to sort of tie up our whole week of embracing change, is to see what the charms want to say. So I have a few questions. I want to know, we're still sticking with the same theme of embracing change, but I want to know, like, what do we need to do? What is the next step? How do we truly embrace this? Obviously, this is for the collective, because this is not an individual thing, even though each one of you will take something from it individually. So I'm doing a collective reading, a reading for everybody who finds or watches this video. We're still completing the theme of, embracing change and reinventing ourselves. But I want to know, what is the next step? How do we actually move forward from here? We've understood the why, we've understood the necessity behind it, all of that. Now let's have a look and see what are the next steps. Now, I don't have a casting mat. I'm just going to drop the charms and read them intuitively. So let's grab a few, giving them a good old shuffle here, and stick the fingers in, grab a few and drop. Right, that's a few. Right, let's have a look and see. I'm just seeing everybody is in camera, so I'll move that one over a bit because I don't want to adjust too much. I cannot identify what that is at this stage. Right, so let's start at the top. This one is upside down. So what it is, when a charm is upside down, it tells me that it has less significance. Okay, so it is important. It wants to be seen, it wants to be read, but it says not as important as the others that are right side up. So when I turn it over to identify what it is, it's a little Halloween pumpkin. It's a little Halloween pumpkin. Now, what does Halloween represent? What does Halloween stand for? What does Halloween mean? Halloween is the thinning of the veil, the connection to spirit. Okay, so that is what I understand by the Halloween pumpkin. So this is saying, in order for us to change, in order for us to evolve, in order for us to reinvent ourselves, we need to make sure that our connection to spirit is clear. We need to make sure that we are understanding who we are, who spirit is, and we are doing what we can to thin that veil, to reduce the static in between, so that we can have that strong, clear connection with spirit. This charm is really intriguing me because I can't identify. Oh, that's why, because it's upside down. If I turn it that way, can you see what it is? It's a high heel shoe. It's a lady's high heel shoe. How fabulous is that? Right, so what is the high heel shoe? So ladies put on their high heel shoes for a good evening out, when they want to look good, when they want to be, taller, when they want to be beautiful, when they want to be all of those things. It is about an elevation of status. So the next steps that we need to take in order to embrace the change and to reinvent ourselves is we need to recognize the role that spirit play. We need to bring that veil thinner and smaller and less so that we can have that connection to spirit. But we also need to elevate ourselves. We need to rise above. We need to stand tall. We need to stand confident. I love that. And then we have the horseshoe. So we all know horseshoe is luck, horseshoe is happiness, horseshoe is all of those kind of positive, wonderful things. So this is a lucky time for us. This is a fabulous time. Everybody says, oh, we got to wait for the right time. Don't want to do anything too early. Don't want to do anything. Got to wait for the right time before we jump into action. This is clearly the right time. Spirits are ready. Spirits are ready. Spirits are ready for us to have this connection. We need to elevate ourselves. We need to have more status. We need to stand taller. And we need to understand that the timing is perfect. There is luck, there is abundance, there is opportunity with all of us at the moment. And we need to just take it, grab it, and run with it. Then down the bottom here. Now it's interesting, I note that we've got a colored charm, but it is also gold. And then we've got the gold and the gold. And then we have the one silver. Gold is always considered to be more elite, higher, more status than silver. Of course, unless this is platinum. But no, it's not, it's silver. So it's interesting how we've got the gold up and the silver down at the bottom. So the silver charm we have is a good old-fashioned boombox. Tape deck boombox. I mean, if you know what that is, then you lived in the right times, didn't you? What did we do with this? This was a status symbol again. We're going back to this. This was a status symbol again. Those people who had the fancy boom boxes and would walk around the streets and hang out with their buddies with their boom box, they were important. They were significant. They were relevant. We have all somehow receded into ourselves, retracted into ourselves, and thought that we are no longer significant, that we are no longer relevant. We need to be blasting loudly who we are at the core of our beings. We need to stand proudly. We need to stand, because horses do, when they're wearing their shoes, they also stand proudly. So we need to stand proudly. We need to be grounded on the ground. And again, pumpkins are also, I want to say born on the ground, grown on the ground, and they're very much connected to the earth. So we've got all of this earth energy, but then we've got this vibration of music, of sound that carries on the airwaves that we blast as a status symbol to say we are significant, we are relevant, we are something. So the change, the first step that we need to make to embrace change in our lives right here and right now is to stand on the rooftops and shout it out, to tell spirit that we are ready, to connect with spirit, to allow spirit in, to remove that veil between us so that we can have that connection, but to also say it loudly, proudly, and with gusto. Because we've all like, no, 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 let's rather just wait for the right time, wait for the right time. It is the right time. The opportunities for luck, the opportunities for growth, the opportunities for success are here right now. So, friends, don't delay waiting for change, also waiting to change. Embrace it now, do it now, reinvent yourself. I do want to say to you, go back to the content I've done over this past week on all the socials to see what other little tips and tricks, because one of the things I did yesterday, I think it was to ask yourself, if you looked at your future self and you saw your future self, are you happy with that future self of who you are becoming? Because if you're not, now is the time to make the adjustments, because the only thing that you have control over is today, is the here and the now. Spirit already, are you? So I wish you the most amazing day. Welcome to August. I hope August is going to be fantastic for you, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.